I propose that starting today, we stop living with all of that junk filling our head, all of that nonsense, all of that fiction of our imagination of what we think we are or we aren't. What about if we flip the script starting today and we get rid of that and we start believing in us? Welcome to Grit, Grace, and Inspiration. I'm your host, Kevin Lowe, and I'm excited to welcome you inside. What's going on today? How are we doing? Hopefully you're doing amazing. I am so pumped for today's episode. Oh man, sometimes I get a spark of inspiration, something that I hear, something that I listen to, and it just kind of gets me a little bit fired up. And so I'm kind of giving you, I guess, a warning on today's episode. Kev might be a little bit more enthusiastic than normal. I don't know how long this episode's going to be because I'm kind of going off the cuff here because I'm running off of some inspiration on today's topic that I just feel like it's exactly what you need to hear right now. This is episode number 180. Yes, I said episode number 180. Get a hold of that. Yeah, baby. We are getting close to 200. Matter of fact, we are going to be hitting episode 200 this summer. So you better just hold on to your seat, boys and girls, because we're about to get big time. All right. So today's episode, question for you. Do you believe in yourself? Yeah, we changed up the mood real quick. That's what I'm asking you. Do you believe in yourself? And really believe that you yourself have all the answers, that you yourself are capable, able to have all that you desire in this life. You really don't need anyone's help. Yeah, help is nice. Guidance is nice, but is it necessary? No, it's not. No, because I'm telling you right here and now that inside of you lies all the answers you need. Because nobody knows you, nobody knows your destiny better than you do. And that is what I'm talking about inside of today's episode, is the power of believing. Believing in you, yourself, believing in hope. Those two combined together, the belief in yourself and the belief in hope, are probably, I'm going to say, the two most important things that you need if you want to achieve all that you want in this life. And I'm about to unpack it inside of today's episode. Now, I do want to also extend the invitation to you to take this podcasting journey on another level. Because if you would like a little bit more of me, a little bit more of people like you who listen to this podcast, well, I'm inviting you to join our brand new Facebook group. It's the Grit, Grace, and Inspiration community, and it's made to be a place that builds each other up, that we're all friends, we're all neighbors, we're all on this crazy, messed up, yet ironically beautiful journey they call life. And it's a place where we can do life together. And it's inside of the private Facebook group for Grit, Grace, and Inspiration. So how do you join? Easy enough. You're going to go to letshangout.live. That is letshangout.live. Literally just type that into your address bar or make your life easy. Scroll down and check out today's show notes where you can find that link. Another way, if you're not into show notes, if that's confusing, you can also just go to www.gritgraceinspiration.com/believe. That is gritgraceinspiration.com/believe. That is the website for today's episode. And that will have the show notes right there for you, where you can find a link to jump on over to our new community, the Grit, Grace, and Inspiration community on Facebook. All right, let's dive into today's topic. So let's dive in. You gotta admit, isn't it a little bit ironic that we all believe in so much, except for the one thing that we should be believing in, and that is ourselves? I mean, think about it. I mean, I guess depending upon who you are or who you're talking to, there's everything from the Easter Bunny to the Tooth Fairy to God, to Jesus, to angels, to spirits, to the fact that whatever said team is going to win the Super Bowl. There's all kind of beliefs, but why don't any of us list in amongst those list of beliefs ourselves? Why don't any of us trust us? We all spend this time searching for answers, looking for an expert, knowing that there's got to be somebody who can tell us how to do it. And yet, for some reason, we never even ask ourselves. We never even give ourselves time to think about it. You wonder, why is that? Well, I'll tell you one reason why I think it is I think it's because we fill our heads with all the negative stuff. We fill our heads with so much negative self-talk that there is no room for anything else. And if it's not us talking bad about ourselves, about how we look or how we're not smart enough or how there's no way that we can do whatever it is, we allow the outside influences to make those thoughts for us. It's TV, it's social media, it's friends, all telling us that we're not capable of doing it ourselves. So you are left to wonder, well, then of course, there's no room for me to be trusting myself because I've already convinced myself that I'm not worthy, that I am not capable, and that I can darn sure not be trusted when a big decision is at play. But here's what I'm proposing. I propose that starting today, we stop living with all of that junk filling our head, all of that nonsense, all of that fiction of our imagination of what we think we are or we aren't. What about if we flip the script starting today and we get rid of that and we start believing in us? Let's think for a moment. What if there is nobody to turn to? What if the internet is to go down tomorrow and the only person you have to turn to is not Google, is not your phone, it's not Facebook or any other form of social media. It's literally just you. What are you going to do then? What decisions are you going to make? Well, to be honest, I think that might be a really good thing to make you realize that, you know what? I'm pretty darn awesome just on my own. The belief that we hold inside of ourselves, it's the fuel that keeps us cruising down the road. It's the fire that ignites our flames. It's the thing that keeps us going. It's the power in belief. Belief in ourselves, something that for some reason we just don't do. And I don't know why. Because I am no different than you. Because I too seek out people who can tell me how to do this better. And instead of just doing it my own way. And I think that's the big point here, is the fact of the matter is that no one knows us better than us. And yet, for some reason, we let other people influence our dreams, our ideas. When the fact is that none of us have the same dreams. None of us have the same thoughts. So why in the world do we think that somebody else's are any better than our own. Now, I'm not saying that you should never seek out guidance or help. I mean, for goodness sakes, I'm a coach. That's what I do. I help people. But that's the key. I don't do it for them. I am there to simply just guide my clients along the way, letting them use their own ideas, letting them think for themselves. And that's what I'm encouraging you to start doing today, is to start believing in nothing else, in no one else but yourself. What I like to compare this to is think of those people that you do get guidance from, the people who have your best interest at heart, the people you trust. Only seek out guidance from them if needed. And think of them as the lighthouse shining light like that North Star. But here's the trick, is that you hold the internal compass. You actually really know which way to go yourself. Sometimes, though, it does help to have a little light reminding you, encouraging you, reminding you that you got this, encouraging you that you are going the right way. And that is kind of what I'm doing right now, is reminding you that what you hold in your heart is what truly matters right now today. And I believe that whatever decision you have on your heart, whatever you're going through in life right now today, that you know the right choice to make. You don't need to ask anybody. I promise you, you know the best choice for you. Here's kind of your power statement. And I'm going to get into some tactics to help you with this belief in yourself. But here's the kind of power statement that I want you to remember. Believing in yourself, that's what turns red lights to green. It's the key that unlocks the doors to new opportunities. And it's the driving force that propels you forward even when times get rough. That is the power of believing in yourself. When you don't put your belief, your power in somebody else, well, then that means that nobody else is going to let you down. That means that you are in control of your own destiny. And let me tell you what, that is the way you need to be living, is with you in the driver's seat, nobody else. Now, as I said, believe in ourselves, it doesn't come easy. As I said, right now, you have nothing but negativity filling your mind, body, soul, and you're wondering, what in the world is Kevin Lowe talking about? Because I ain't good enough. I ain't able to do this. There's no way this is for me. Well, you got a choice. You have a choice tonight when you go to bed, that tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up differently. I want you to think of this belief in yourself as a fire, and that fire needs stoking. That fire needs wood to burn. You got to wake up tomorrow morning believing in who you are and what you were made for. I want you to remember what makes you awesome. I want you to remember where you've been, where you're going, and that you are the only one who can truly make it happen, because you are the only one who knows the way. Now, I want to remind you of this. I talk about this a lot on this podcast, is that for some reason, we are really hard on ourselves. We'll treat other people like gold, but when it comes to ourselves, ooh, baby, we just throw us out to the trash. Why is that? Why do we talk down to ourselves? Why do we tell ourselves such horrible things? I want you to stop that. I want you to start being kind to yourself. I want you to start building yourself up. Ain't this the truth? The world has enough critics, so you need to start cheering yourself on, because goodness knows the rest of the world is out there ready to pounce at any given opportunity. So I want you to counteract the outside world by cheering yourself on. And that is going to get you in the headspace to start believing in yourself, believing in what you can do. Yes, just you. Now, here's another little tip for you. You got to believe in your gut, that gut decision, and you got to learn to trust it because life's going to throw you curveballs. There's going to be things that are not going to go right. And I want to encourage you on this one. When those things go astray, your tendency is going to be to turn to other people. You're going to want to get advice from others. You're going to seek out other people's opinions on what you should do. Well, I want you to change that. And before you seek out the advice from anybody, I want you to seek out the advice from yourself. I encourage you to take the time to reflect, to ponder, to trust what is in your gut. What is your gut telling you? What are you thinking? Yeah, this is the right choice. Or no, I shouldn't be doing that. What is that internal feeling? What is the immediate feeling? Even before you had time to think about it, to ponder over it, what was that gut instinct? Because most of the time, I'm here to tell you that that is your best choice to make. It's just simple. It's because you are so awesome, more awesome than you even realize, that you yourself can immediately come up with the answer. And yet, all that self-doubt tells us, no, there's no way that I could come up with that answer that quick. It definitely can't be the right choice. Well, I'm here to tell you that more times than not, it is. So seek out advice from you first, and only then do you dare reach out to anybody else for guidance. Now, here's my last point, is that in this life, there are troubles, there are hard times, there are decisions, and we can't make the right choice every time. We're not going to jump the hurdle every time. We're going to trip. We're going to get knocked down. But in these moments when we're face down, in these moments of vulnerability, it's in this moment, it's in this instant where you are forced to pick yourself up and dust yourself off and take that next step that you discover your own resilience and strength. And what does that do? That helps to build that belief in you. Because even though you stumbled and even though you fell, you got back up. You keep pushing forward. You did it. And that is the power in believing in yourself. As I said at the beginning of today's episode, we all believe in a whole lot of things. But today, I hope that you'll start believing in yourself, because that is the one belief that is going to empower you to take on this life. So now it's my turn to turn it over to you, to believe in yourself, to believe in the hope that by you doing so, that you can accomplish the most amazing things in this life. So combine that belief in you, that belief in hope that you are worth it, you are capable, you are a winner, you have already won the day. And friend, I'm here to tell you that if you go into tomorrow with that belief combined with that hope, then the sky truly is the only limit for you. My name is Kevin Lowe, podcast host, as well as transformational life and business coach. This was another episode of Grit, Grace, and Inspiration. Get out there and take on the day. Hey, real quick before you go, I have one last thought to leave you with. I, of course, hope that you've enjoyed today's episode, but more importantly, I want to remind you that I never want you to listen to an episode of this podcast to hear something that I have to say or that my guest has to share and think, wow, I wish I could be like them. I wish I could overcome my own challenges and do the great things that they are doing, but I just can't. Well, friend, that's where you are wrong. You are capable. You are able. And you darn sure are deserving of having all that you can imagine in this life. There's nothing special about me or any guest I have on this podcast. We are all just normal people trying to make it in this life. And so I encourage you to take a look at yourself in the mirror and remind yourself that, you know what? I can do it too. Now, of course, if you would like help along that way, reach out to me, whether that's as a listener of this podcast, a friend, or if you'd like to work with me as a coach. My contact information is inside of every episode's show notes, just like this one. So go down, check out my contact information, and reach out to me today. With that said, I encourage you to take on the day every day with grit, grace, and inspiration.